Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. She felt that she was dozing off and had just begun to dream that she was walking hand in hand with Dinah and saying to her very earnestly, "Now, Dinah, tell me the truth. Did you ever eat a bat?" When suddenly, thump, thump, down she came upon a heap of sticks and dry leaves, and the fall was over. Alice was not a bit hurt, and she jumped up onto her feet in a moment. She looked up, but it was all dark overhead. Before her was another long passage, and the white rabbit was still inside, hurrying down it. There was not a moment to be lost. Away went Alice like the wind, and was just in time to hear it say as he turned the corner, "Oh, my ears and whiskers, how late it's getting!" She was close behind it when she turned the corner, but the rabbit was no longer to be seen. She found herself in a long, low hall, which was lit up by a row of lamps hanging from the roof. There were doors all around the hall, but they were all locked. And when Alice had been all the way down one side and up the other, trying every door, she walked steadily down the middle, wondering how she was ever to get out again. Suddenly she came upon a little three-legged table all made of solid glass. There was nothing on it except a tiny golden key, and Alice's first thought was that it might belong to one of the doors of the hall. But alas, either the locks were too large or the key was too small, but at any rate it would not open any of them. However, on the second time round, she came upon a low curtain she had not noticed before, and behind it was a little door about 15 inches high. She tried a little golden key in the lock, and to her great delight, it fitted! Alice opened the door and found that it led into a small passage, not much larger than a rat hole. She knelt down and looked along the passage into the loveliest garden you ever saw. How she longed to get out of that dark hole and wander about among those beds of bright flowers and those cool fountains, but she could not even get her head through the doorway. Oh, and even if my head would go through, so poor Alice, it would be of very little use without my shoulders. Oh, how I wish I could shut it like a telescope. I think I could, if I only know how to begin. For, you see, so many out-of-the-way things had happened lately that Alice had begun to think that very few things indeed were really impossible.
우리말로도 알아볼까요?
She felt that she was dozing off. 앨리스는 자신이 졸고 있다고 느꼈다. And had just begun to dream. 그리고 꿈을 꾸기 시작했다. That she was walking hand in hand with Dinah. 그녀가 다이나와 손을 잡고 걸으면서 and saying to her very earnestly. 다이나에게 매우 진지하게 말하고 있는 Now, Dinah. 자, 다이나. Tell me the truth. 사실대로 말해줘. Did you ever eat a bat? 너 박쥐를 먹어본 적 있니? She felt that she was dozing off and had just begun to dream that she was walking hand in hand with Dinah and saying to her very earnestly, Now, Dinah, tell me the truth. Did you ever eat a bat? 앨리스는 자신이 졸고 있다고 느꼈는데 다이나와 손을 잡고 걸으면서 다이나에게 매우 진지하게 말하고 있는 꿈을 꾸기 시작했다. 자, 다이나, 사실대로 말해줘. 너 박쥐를 먹어본 적 있니? When suddenly, 그때 갑자기 thump, thump, 쿵, 쿵 소리를 내며 down she came. 앨리스는 떨어졌다. Upon a heap of sticks and dry leaves. 나뭇가지와 마른 낙엽들이 쌓여있는 더미 위로.
And the fall was over. 떨어지는 일이 끝난 것이다.
When suddenly, thump, thump, down she came upon a heap of sticks and dry leaves, and the fall was over.
그때 갑자기 앨리스는 쿵! 쿵! 소리를 내며 나뭇가지와 마른 낙엽들이 쌓여있는 더미 위로 떨어졌다. 아래로 아래로 떨어지는 일이 끝난 것이다.
Alice was not a bit hurt,
앨리스는 조금도 다치지 않았다.
and she jumped up onto her feet.
그리고 벌떡 몸을 일으켰다.
In a moment,
곧바로.
she looked up,
그녀는 위를 올려다보았다.
but it was all dark overhead.
그러나 머리 위쪽은 온통 깜깜하기만 했다.
Before her was another long passage.
앨리스 앞으로 또 다른 긴 통로가 하나 있었다.
And the white rabbit was still in sight,
아직 하얀 토끼의 모습이 보였다.
hurrying down it.
서둘러 내려가고 있는.
Alice was not a bit hurt, and she jumped up onto her feet in a moment. She looked up, but it was all dark overhead. Before her was another long passage, and the white rabbit was still in sight, hurrying down it.
앨리스는 조금도 다치지 않았고 곧바로 몸을 벌떡 일으켰다. 위를 올려다보았지만 머리 위쪽은 온통 깜깜하기만 했다. 앨리스 앞으로 또 다른 긴 통로가 하나 있었고 아직 하얀 토끼가 서둘러 내려가고 있는 모습이 보였다.
There was not a moment to be lost.
낭비하고 있을 시간이 없었다.
Away went Alice like the wind,
앨리스는 바람처럼 달려갔다.
and was just in time to hear it say,
그리고 때마침 토끼가 말하는 것을 들었다.
as he turned a corner,
토끼가 모퉁이를 돌 때,
Oh, my ears and whiskers! 이런 내 귀와 수염! How late it's getting! 얼마나 늦은 걸까? There was not a moment to be lost. Away went Alice like the wind, and was just in time to hear it say, as he turned the corner, Oh, my ears and whiskers! How late it's getting!
낭비하고 있을 시간이 없었다. 앨리스는 바람처럼 달려갔고 때마침 모퉁이를 돌던 토끼가 말하는 것을 들었다.
이런 내 귀와 수염! 얼마나 늦은 걸까? She was close behind it.
앨리스는 토끼들을 바짝 따라갔지만
When she turned the corner,
그녀가 모퉁이를 돌았을 땐
but the rabbit was no longer to be seen.
토끼는 더 이상 보이지 않았다.
She found herself in a long, low hall.
앨리스는 자신이 길고 천장이 낮은 복도에 있다는 것을 깨달았다.
Which was lit up.
그 복도는 밝게 빛났다.
By a row of lamps.
줄지어 있는 등불들로.
Hanging from the roof.
천장에 매달려서.
She was close behind it when she turned the corner, but the rabbit was no longer to be seen. She found herself in a long, low hall, which was lit up by a row of lamps hanging from the roof.
앨리스는 토끼들을 바짝 따라갔지만 모퉁이를 돌았을 땐 토끼는 더 이상 보이지 않았다. 앨리스는 자신이 길고 천장이 낮은 복도에 있다는 것을 깨달았는데 그 복도는 천장에 줄지어 매달려 있는 등불들로 밝게 빛났다.
There were doors.
문이 여럿 있었다.
All round the hall.
복도의 사방에는.
But they were all locked.
그러나 모두 잠겨 있었다.
And when Alice had been all the way,
그리고 앨리스가 계속 가보았을 때
down one side and up the other,
복도의 아래쪽과 반대쪽 위로
trying every door,
모든 문을 열어보려 하면서
she walked sadly down the middle.
그녀는 복도 한가운데로 슬프게 걸었다.
Wondering how she was ever to get out again.
어떻게 하면 다시 빠져나갈 수 있을지를 궁리하며.
There were doors all around the hall, but they were all locked. And when Alice had been all the way down one side and up the other, trying every door, she walked sadly down the middle, wondering how she was ever to get out again.
복도의 사방에는 문이 여러 개 있었지만 모두 잠겨 있었다. 앨리스가 복도의 아래쪽과 반대쪽 위로 계속 따라가며 모든 문을 열어보려 했지만 하나도 열리지 않았다. 그녀는 어떻게 하면 다시 빠져나갈 수 있을지를 궁리하며 복도 한가운데로 슬프게 걸었다.
Suddenly she came upon.
문득 그녀는 발견했다.
A little three-legged table.
다리가 3개 달린 작은 탁자를.
All made of solid glass.
전부 단단한 유리로 만들어진.
There was nothing on it.
탁자 위에는 아무것도 없었다.
Except a tiny golden key.
조그만 황금 열쇠 하나를 제외하고.
And Alice's first thought was,
앨리스가 처음에 생각한 것은
that it might belong to
그 열쇠가 맞을 수도 있다고.
one of the doors of the hall.
복도의 문들 중 하나에.
But alas,
하지만 슬프도다.
either the locks were too large,
자물쇠들이 너무 크거나
or the key was too small,
열쇠가 너무 작았다.
but at any rate,
어쨌든
it would not open any of them.
그 열쇠는 어떤 자물쇠들도 열지 못했다.
Suddenly she came upon a little three-legged table, all made of solid glass. There was nothing on it except a tiny golden key, and Alice's first thought was that it might belong to one of the doors of the hall. But alas, either the locks were too large, or the key was too small, but at any rate, it would not open any of them.
문득 그녀는 다리가 3개 달려있고 전부 단단한 유리로 만들어진 작은 탁자를 발견했다. 탁자 위에는 조그만 황금 열쇠 하나를 제외하고는 아무것도 없었다. 앨리스가 처음 생각한 것은 복도의 문들 중 하나에 그 열쇠가 맞을 수도 있겠다는 것이었다. 하지만 슬프도다. 자물쇠들이 너무 크거나 열쇠가 너무 작았다. 어쨌든 그 열쇠는 어떤 자물쇠들도 열지 못했다.
However,
하지만
on the second time round,
두 번째로 둘러보았을 땐
she came upon a low curtain.
그녀는 낮게 드리워진 커튼을 발견했다.
She had not noticed before.
전에는 알아차리지 못했던.
And behind it,
그리고 커튼 뒤에는
was a little door.
작은 문이 있었다.
About 15 inches high.
약 15인치 높이 정도의, 즉, 약 40cm 정도.
She tried a little golden key in the lock.
앨리스는 조그만 황금 열쇠를 자물쇠 안에 맞춰봤다.
And to her great delight,
그리고 매우 기쁘게도
it fitted.
열쇠는 꼭 맞았다.
However, on the second time round, she came upon a low curtain she had not noticed before, and behind it was a little door about 15 inches high. She tried a little golden key in the lock, and to her great delight, it fitted.
하지만 두 번째로 둘러보았을 땐 앨리스가 전에는 알아차리지 못했던 낮게 드리워진 커튼을 발견했다. 커튼 뒤에는 높이가 약 40cm 정도 되는 작은 문이 있었다. 앨리스는 조그만 황금 열쇠를 자물쇠 안에 맞춰봤고 매우 기쁘게도 열쇠는 꼭 맞았다.
Alice opened the door.
앨리스는 문을 열어보았다.
And found that it led into a small passage.
그리고 알게 되었다. 그 문이 작은 통로와 연결되어 있다는 것을.
Not much larger than a rat hole.
쥐구멍보다는 훨씬 크지 않은.
She knelt down.
그녀는 무릎을 꿇고
and looked along the passage.
통로를 들여다보자 into the loveliest garden. 가장 아름다운 정원이 보였다. You ever saw. 이제껏 본 것 중에서.
Alice opened the door and found that it led into a small passage, not much larger than a rat hole. She knelt down and looked along the passage into the loveliest garden you ever saw.
앨리스는 문을 열어보고서 그 문이 쥐구멍보다는 훨씬 크지 않은 작은 통로와 연결되어 있다는 것을 알게 되었다. 무릎을 꿇고 통로를 들여다보자 이제껏 본 것 중에서 가장 아름다운 정원이 보였다.
How she longed to.
그녀는 간절히 바랐다. Get out of that dark hole. 캄캄한 복도에서 빠져나가 and wander about. 거닐기를. Among those beds of bright flowers and those cool fountains. 화사한 꽃들이 있는 화단과 저 시원한 분수 사이를. But she could not even get her head. 그러나 그녀는 머리조차 들이밀 수 없었다. Through the doorway. 문틈으로는.
And even if my head would go through, 머리가 빠져나간다 하더라도.
So poor Alice. 가엾은 앨리스는 생각했다.
It would be of very little use. 아무런 소용이 없을 거야. Without my shoulders. 어깨가 통과하지 못한다면. Oh, how I wish I could shut up. 내 몸이 접힐 수 있다면 얼마나 좋을까? Like a telescope. 망원경처럼. I think I could. 해볼 수 있을 것 같아. If I only know how to begin. 어떻게 시작하는지 알기만 하면.
How she longed to get out of that dark hole and wander about among those beds of bright flowers and those cool fountains, but she could not even get her head through the doorway.
And even if my head would go through, so poor Alice, it would be of very little use without my shoulders. Oh, how I wish I could shut up like a telescope. I think I could. If I only know how to begin.
앨리스는 캄캄한 복도에서 빠져나가 화사한 꽃들이 있는 화단과 저 시원한 분수 사이로 거닐기를 간절히 바랐다. 그러나 문틈으로는 머리조차 들이밀 수 없었다. 가엾은 앨리스는 생각했다.
머리가 빠져나간다 하더라도 어깨가 통과하지 못한다면 아무런 소용이 없을 거야. 내 몸이 망원경처럼 접힐 수 있다면 얼마나 좋을까? 어떻게 시작하는지 알기만 하면 해볼 수 있을 것 같아.
For you see, 왜냐하면 여러분도 알다시피 so many out of the way things had happened lately. 너무나 많은 이상한 일들이 최근에 일어난 탓에 that Alice had begun to think. 앨리스는 생각하기 시작했다. The very few things indeed were really impossible. 이제 정말 불가능한 일은 거의 없다고.
For you see, so many out of the way things had happened lately that Alice had begun to think that very few things indeed were really impossible.
왜냐하면 여러분도 알다시피 너무나 많은 이상한 일들이 최근에 일어난 탓에 앨리스는 이제 정말 불가능한 일은 거의 없다고 생각하기 시작했다.